right, so might as well start with Polaris. This is one of the really common grasses. Remember, I call it a compressed spike. It looks like a spike, but then if you spread it out, it's actually a panicle. And it's super common. It's a roadside ditch species. It's got really wide leaves that taper pretty quick. And it's one of the most common grasses along roads, and it's an invasive kind of everywhere. Okay. We've got, we're not doing a lot of oaks, we're just doing two. So this is Quercus palustris, and for us right now it's the pokey one, but the pin oak is said that way because it's kind of got short branches that looks maybe like little pins. That's kind of why it gets that common name. You really need the acorns to do oaks properly, but since we're only doing two species, it's the pointy one as opposed to the rounded one, which is the swamp white oak. Okay. We've got right here, ooh, those are actually beetles. The Asclepius, the milkweed. So here's the pods, and then again, this time of year they're not as sappy, but there's kind of the white sap for a milkweed. Okay. There is, well, let's put over here. It's a little better. There's some cute little asters for us. Cute little Asteraceae. Remember, that's a whole bouquet. There's probably 50 flowers there. The yellow ones are disc flowers, the white ones are ray flowers. It's actually been separated, so it's not aster anymore. There's 5 or 6 different genera, but for us, aster's fine. We've got long skinny leaves, serrate. So this is a willow. This is kind of your one of the most common shrubs that you'll find in any wet area. Okay, there is down here, these are dried up now, so they're harder to see. These are Eeliakras. I think this is the first time I've pointed these out. So it's a sedge, and it's got one spikelet at the end. And if we tore this apart, the akene would have a tubercle on it. Rancospora also had a tubercle on it. So, but it's called spike grass because it looks like a bunch of, it's just a stalk. There's no leaves, it's just all these stalks sticking up, kind of round stalks sticking up, and many of them have the inflorescence at the tip. Okay, so Eeliakras. There is all through here, and I just saw one in flower. This is right here, the Phyla. And so it's got these cute little flowers. We saw this somewhere else, Riverside Park. It's got opposite leaves, but it's got these long stalks that the flowers are on. The flowers are kind of in a head, or a spike. It's really more of a spike, but it's got these long stalks and serrate leaves, opposite leaves. Okay, so the Phyla. There's a little Bidens right here. Remember, if I tear this apart, these aren't quite ripe, if you will, but they're the little beggar's ticks. So these aren't ripe all the way, but there's the sunflower seed with 2 barbs on it. These are real common this time of year. Real pretty yellow flowers. There's tons of this Phyla, and there's tons of the Eeliakras all along through here. There isn't really grass here. It's all Eeliakras. It's actually all sedge. Most of this anyhow. And that's good for right here.